Hey everyone, my name is Steph and today I'm going to be doing a review on Wintergirls by Lauren Halse Anderson, and then I will jump into a really small kind of comparison between Wintergirls and Speak by Lauren Halse Anderson. So, let's get started. So for Wintergirls, I can pretty much just say that this book was really amazing. I feel that way about both of her books actually. She captures like the voice of a teenager really clearly. The words and the descriptions that she uses are just so like relatable for me and other young readers, or even just any reader can relate to what she's saying. Even though this book deals with anorexia, I still find things that I can relate to. I relate on a lot of things to Leah, which is the main character who's fighting her anorexia and coping with the death of her best friend, Cassie. This book really emphasizes on your self-image and the way that you look at yourself in the mirror and who you see looking back at you, as well as how to cope with a big loss, such as Leah's best friend dying alone and calling her and she was never there to help. Like, this book just pretty much leaves like a really lasting impression about like how you look at yourself and your self-esteem and like your self-worth, and it's a really good book. And you know, she doesn't always write so descriptively, but somehow like nothing is more than something. Like, there's like a good page and a half, almost 2 pages, where she just writes the same mantra over and over again: must not eat, and it's a really impacting message to send. And then when you fall into like darkness and you succumb to your anorexia, she left a whole 2 pages blank, and that speaks louder than filling these pages with words, and somehow she manages to make that just really strong, and I love it. Comparing to Speak, they both have like a really similar vibe, but they're both so completely different. Like, the conflicts themselves were extremely different. In Wintergirls, although she was coping with Cassie's death, which is an external conflict, she was more facing the monsters and like her demons, which is completely internal, and how she sees herself. That's an internal conflict. While in Speak, Melinda deals more with completely external conflicts, which has to do with her rape at a party and then how she's shunned at school, and that kind of forces her into shutting herself down and keeping herself quiet because of all the external hatred that she's like receiving. Like, Leah's conflict was more about how she's always seen herself and how she always notices a flaw in herself. Like, what it is that both of these books are really dark, but they kind of give you something inspiring at the end, and they kind of deliver a message about how like life is still worth living even though it's tough. And I would suggest to anybody who hasn't already read these books to go give both of them a try. I definitely know that Speak will always be one of my favorite, most influential books, but Wintergirls did surprise me. It was a really good book. I definitely think I'll be buying myself a version of it to keep here at home. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
You call the shots, babe. I just wanna be yours.